Everyone thinks addiction recovery is about healing. They're catastrophically wrong. Sometimes it's about control. In 1958, Charles Dederich, a charismatic ex-alcoholic, launched Synanon in Santa Monica. It began as a radical experiment, a self-help community for drug addicts and alcoholics, promising a new way out of the shadows. His vision was simple: addicts helping addicts, free from traditional therapy. The early days were marked by intense, confrontational group sessions known as the game. Participants were encouraged, often forced, to tear down each other's defenses, expose their deepest flaws. It was brutal, often effective, and utterly compelling for those desperate to escape their old lives. Synanon quickly gained national attention. Mainstream media lauded its success rates, and Dederich became a celebrated figure, a pioneer in addiction treatment. What started in a small beachfront building soon expanded, acquiring properties and growing its influence. But beneath the surface of recovery and community, a darker transformation was taking hold. Dederich, once a facilitator, began to consolidate power. He declared Synanon not just a rehab, but a Synanon way of life, a complete, all-encompassing philosophy. Members were encouraged to sever ties with their past, their families, their careers. Everything outside Synanon was deemed irrelevant, even dangerous. Dederich's word became law, unquestionable, absolute. The line between recovery and indoctrination blurred. By the late 1960s and early 70s, Synanon had amassed significant wealth and property, including a large compound in Marin County. It operated its own schools, businesses, and security forces. The community grew insular, its rules increasingly bizarre and controlling. Dederich began dictating personal relationships. Married couples were forced to divorce and swap partners. Men were ordered to undergo vasectomies, women to have abortions. Children, seen as distractions, were often separated from their parents and raised communally. The confrontational game evolved into something far more sinister. It became a tool for Dederich to humiliate and punish dissenters, to enforce absolute conformity. Psychological abuse was rampant, disguised as therapeutic intervention. Physical violence entered the picture with the formation of the Imperial Marines, a paramilitary group within Synanon. Members were trained in combat, armed with weapons, and tasked with enforcing Dederich's will, both inside and outside the compound. Critics and former members who dared speak out faced severe retribution. Their homes were vandalized, their property destroyed. The community, once a haven for the lost, had become a fortress against the outside world, ready to strike back. The most infamous incident occurred in 1978. Former member Paul Morantz, a lawyer who had won a significant judgment against Synanon, found a rattlesnake in his mailbox. It was later revealed to have been placed there by two Synanon members under Dederich's direct order. The venomous snake bit Morantz, nearly killing him. This shocking act of attempted murder finally exposed Synanon's true nature to the broader public and law enforcement. The image of a rehab center was irrevocably shattered. Dederich himself was ultimately charged with conspiracy to commit murder alongside his associates. His descent from respected innovator to violent cult leader was complete, leaving a trail of broken lives and shattered dreams. The legal battles and public outcry slowly chipped away at Synanon's power. Its tax-exempt status was revoked, its assets seized, and its membership dwindled. The once mighty organization began to collapse under the weight of its own abuses. By the mid-1980s, Synanon was largely defunct, its compounds deserted. Charles Dederich died in 1997, a discredited figure whose legacy remained a stark warning about the seductive dangers of unchecked authority and the perversion of good intentions. The story of Synanon serves as a chilling case study. It began with a genuine desire to help, offering hope to those suffering from addiction. Yet, it gradually morphed into a totalitarian regime, inflicting its own brand of trauma. The vulnerabilities of those seeking help, combined with the charisma of a powerful leader, created fertile ground for manipulation. The promise of salvation became a prison, demonstrating how easily a noble cause can be twisted into something monstrous. Synanon left behind a legacy of fear, psychological scarring, and deep skepticism toward unconventional therapeutic approaches. Its victims, once seeking recovery, found themselves trapped in a different kind of addiction, an addiction to Dederich's control. The Synanon experiment stands as a stark reminder. Vigilance is crucial when power is concentrated, and skepticism is a necessary defense against those who promise absolute solutions. Explore the disturbing origins of another infamous group,